Actually, this started with our parent company called Expression Center, which is a buying house and has been doing pretty well for the last 1.5 decades. And I was in IT industry. There was a time when I felt that I reached a level where I couldn't grow much, and I always had that feeling that I need to do something extra. This happened. I mean, we started thinking about this from 2009. 2010, we actually conceptualized the whole thing. So I took a break from the organization, and then 2011 we started this. We actually did a lot of introspection, and we did a lot of readings, understanding about apparel and other business. We finally zeroed on to apparel because first of all there was a natural choice on that. We had expertise on this. And second thing is when we saw the numbers of India and international e-commerce and apparels and gaps, so we actually zeroed on to western wear and female to start with. So this is one area where there was a big gap, and we could just sail through that. So we had done our research. We tied up with a couple of universities, let's say MDI Gurgaon and Christ College Bangalore. We did a couple of internship programs. We gave them some projects, and even we worked together to understand how the market is going to go. Okay, so we have a couple of core advantages. One is based on our knowledge and expertise that we had on garment. So we knew the basic part, that is the sourcing, the fabric, understanding of the technicalities of the fabric thing. So that part was done. We just needed to focus on making sure that we come out with new styles in a way where nobody else has done it. So we took around 10 months to establish our backend, which was very well done up. And then we launched ourselves, and we do around 8 to 10 styles every day.
Obese people or extra large people wearing their stuff, is that how the Vanca is?
We have not a plan, but none of our products cater to any obese person. They cannot wear it. All the products are very well fitted. We had just 3 sizes, small, medium and large. Right now, with a lot of push from our retailers partners, we have gone for XL size also. That too in very few styles. And the age profile is between 16 to 30 is the prime target, and between 30 and 40 we have a certain premium range that is catering. Or you can find in any upcoming mall or any of these societies, you go and then you'll find all these people over there. Initially we were also wondering that who's buying so many products of Vanca. Then if you go to college, there are so many students wearing our product. There are so many mall goers, you can just spot them wearing our products. So they are any confident female who has lived through and has some aspirations would like to get into our work. We actually work with the designers, the European market. So we understand color, the styles which are going to come out. Okay. But what we have done is, this is where our advantage is, that we have brought the European fashion into Indian way. So we work with the European customers. So we are dealing with at least 1 year in advance with the styles that are going to come out. So let's say right now we are sitting in 2014 February, whereas we are doing designing for 2015 summer. So we are at least 15 months ahead of the actual cycle that is going on.
In what way is the Vanca planning to successfully compete with its many competitors?
Okay, so we have 3-4 advantages which will carry forward for at least a few more years. One is our ERP and our integration strength. So we are integrated from end to end. The moment a order is placed or the moment the sale is happening, we understand which product is moving at what rate and how fast is that movement. So we can plan our inventory very, very well. And we are very fast to react to these situations. So that is one area. The second area is our new products management, so new styles. So which we are pretty well ahead of our competition. We understand the market and then we come out with around 8 to 10 products on a daily basis, which nobody in India is doing at the moment. And third thing is we come out with there are 4 seasons that we have divided our ranges to be in a part of a collection. So of the 4 seasons, we make sure there are a lot of small drops that we do. So let's say for spring summer, we have one large season, and then what we do is we break it into small parts, so that every fortnight we have a set of new product release that is happening. So this is one advantage which is very difficult to replicate.
How solid has been the initial business plan that you put together to bring the Vanca to life, and did you have to make any changes along the way?
I mean, to answer frankly, there were a lot of changes that happened because initially, based on my corporate experience, I came out with a lot of plans. There were a lot of Excel-based plans and the projections and the growth. But every 2 or 3 months, I had to go back and then change the whole plan. I mean, the whole strategy needed to be moved because, as I said, initially I was thinking I will go solo and then I'll partner with maybe one party or something. And then I saw a few months sale, and then I just projected it and I felt this is what is going to be. But then suddenly there was I didn't understand the cyclics of this one. I mean, there is a cyclical movement there. There's a seasonality with all brands and all type of manufacturing. So even in apparel there was that. When I was at my high, I realized there is an end of season sale, and then everything has to be discounted to 50-60%. So my first launch actually killed me, and then I had to revamp and understand what the seasonalities are there.
Okay. But being in the apparel trade and having a parent company which deals with the Europeans' buying cycle, I'm sure that you would have been aware of this seasonality. So,
retail is a completely new giant for us. So we had never dealt in retail as such. We used to work with buyers, and it was, I mean, we understood their buying patterns and the way they used to do, but never understood that in retail it has to be a day-to-day basis. I mean, today we are there and suddenly there is a Valentine Day, and you will have to go on a discount for 3 days, again come back on the 4th day on normal sales. So if I'm selling something at, let's say, MRP or 10% discount, after 10 days I put that on 30% discount, and after 15 days I put that on 50% discount. So what happens is the customers who will return all the previous buys and they will buy it at 50%, you know.
Okay.
So there are a lot of returns that starts happening. This also took a lot of time for me to understand. It was one season when I understood why the returns were happening. So we internally prepared ourselves. Once the back end and everything was done, then we tied up with a couple of e-tailers. So the first one was Jabong, which became our natural choice because it was nearby and we could relate with the products that we had and with Jabong. Actually, we initially focused on our own branding and our own channels of development. Then we found that there was too much of cost involved and too much of effort involved to get people to your site and to your product. So then the complete strategy change happened. Initially we worked with Google AdWords and a bit of Facebook, and we also put in a lot of investments on marketing and a bit of hoardings. But as we evolved, we realized that it's better to tie up with some biggie and piggy ride on them. It was very easy for us to understand their marketing strategy and align ourselves. And wherever the gaps were there, we could feed ourselves into it. So we moved from 100% from our focus to focusing on the big retailers. And then in last 15 months, we have reached a level where we are now partnering with them on certain events. And we are also planning to go solo also offline. First of all, everybody knows, I mean, there's going to be consolidation. So there will be a lot of e-commerce players which are going to be merged, and there will be a few entities which will emerge. This is what has happened in most of the mature market. In India, it's very fragmented right now. because of the easy entry, there is no barrier as such. So anybody, every day we hear one new e-commerce player and talking to us. But eventually what we see is there will be 4 or 5 biggies, there will be then a couple of 10-15 mid-level players, and then of course the small fragmented one. It's only Myntra which is primarily apparel, and Jabong to an extent, but Flipkart is a mix of all.
Everything.
But they are evolving into something which is going to be verticals on apparels and the electronics and then books. So they will have verticals on that.
So
I think apparel is a much bigger margin for them, whereas electronics is very thin margin. Of course, the volumes and the ticket sizes are very, very high. But apparel is something which they can negotiate, work, and they can even launch their own private label.
Okay.
So what I see is most of these players, once they have very deep understanding of the product, they start their own private label.